Now we have focused on integration by substitution method based some problem also. Okay, look here. First problem is integration of dx upon 2 root x into x plus 1. Second problem is integration of root x plus 4 upon x dx. And third one, cos x, integration of cos x into under root 4 minus x square 4 minus sin square x dx. And last one, integration of under root 2 plus under root 4 plus root x dx. Okay, how can do one by one? Okay, first of all, look very carefully. I will first before start I will check voice. Okay, also voice is clear or not. I will check voice clarity more important. So now start problem number 1. Integration of dx divided by 2 into root x into x plus 1. How can do? Simply, which part is very complicated? I have this question you can do with the help of substitution method. Simply, first we check which part is very complicated. Root x. So always in this type of problem, take root x, this be equal to how much? Let root x this be equal to t. Very simple. So what about x? That is t square. So dx is how much? 2t dt. So basically t is replaced to 2t dt. Okay. Now that value put here simply 2t dt divided by how much? Here 2 root x basically t, so t, and x is basically t square, so this one t square plus 1. Basically t cancel. Then what about that values? Very simple, 1 upon 1 plus t square dt. That is how much? You can say that tan inverse t plus c. Okay. So you can say that tan inverse t means tan inverse t basically root x plus c is the right answer. Okay, make it tan inverse root x is the final answer. Okay, now next problem is integration of root x plus 4 divided by x dx. How can do this type of problem? Simply, which part is very complicated? Under root x plus 4 is very complicated. So that's one taken simply t. That's one taken simply t. So now let in this part number second, let root x plus 4 this be equal to how much? T. So you can say that x plus 4 this be equal to how much? T square. So dx, if differentiate both sides, then we got 2t dt. So dx is replaced to 2t dt. Now that one written how much? T, and x is replaced to how much? T square minus 4, okay, into dt. Okay, basically 2 dt. So this one 2t. Okay, this one replace t, and then x is replaced to t square minus 4 and dx replaced to 2t dt. Now here t square minus 4 adding, minus 4 subtracting and plus 4 adding, divided by how much? T square minus 4. Okay, into dt. Now that one 2 integrate from dt plus 2 to the 4, sorry 4 to the 8 dt divided by how much? T square minus 4. Okay, how can solve this type of problem? Simply this one written dt and that one 8. What about that value? Basically t square 1 upon t square minus 4 is written as t minus 2 into t plus 4, sorry t plus 2, and that one written 1 by 4, here 1 upon t minus 2, okay, upon t plus 2. Okay, using partial fraction. So this one simplify like that one. So this one replaced to 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is common. So 1 by t minus 2 minus 1 upon t plus 2 into dt. Okay, now what about that value? Here 2t, here 2, that is log t plus t minus 2, and that one simply log t plus 2, here t minus 2 minus log t plus 2 plus c. So 2 t basically how much? Under root x plus 4, that is 2 times log of t minus 2. T is how much? Root x plus 4 minus 2 divided by root x plus 4 plus 2 plus c is the right answer. Okay, make it. I hope so clear. If anyone face any doubt at any step, then comment it. Now next problem is, after that, it is clear or not? Very simple. This one is very complicated, so that's why x plus 4 is taken t square, sorry t, then x plus 4 is how much? T square. After that dx replaced to 2t dt and put x this equal to t square minus 4, and x plus, under root x plus 4 is how much? T. Okay, now after that you can resolve and finally we got the answer. Okay, now next we have focus on next part, question number 3. Question number 3, that is integration of cos x into under root 4 minus sin square dx. If you consider sin x is t, so sin x is taken t, then cos x dx this will be equal to how much dt. So that one written simply here 2 square minus t square dt. Okay. How can do this type of problem? Simply using direct formula, integration of a square minus x square dx, that is 1 by 2 here x into under root a square minus x square plus a square into sin inverse x by a plus c. Now compare, what about a is 2 and what about x, that is t. So that formula apply here, then we got how much? Simply this one written 1 by 2 t under root 2 square means 4 minus t square plus 4 sin inverse t divided by 2 plus c. Okay, 1 by 2 t basically sin x, so sin x under root 4 minus sin square x plus 4 sin x by 2 plus c is the right answer. Okay. I hope so clear. Now we have focus on next part. Integration of, that is 2 plus under root 4 plus root x. Okay, how can do this type of problem? How can do this type of problem? Simply look, if this one is taken t square, 2 plus 4 that is t square, then root 4 plus root x, that is t square minus how much? 2, again squaring, then t square minus 2 to the whole square, and after that root x this will be equal to t square minus 2 to the whole square minus 4. Okay, what about that value here? T square to t to power 4 plus 4 minus how much? 4 into t square minus 4. This one cancels. That one written t to power 4 minus 4 t square. So what about x? Squaring both sides. (16). This one written t to power 4 to whole square minus plus 4 into t square to whole square minus 8 into t to power 6. What about that value? T to power 8 plus 16 into t to power 4 minus 8 into t to power 6, that is x. If differentiate both sides with respect to x, then we got dx this is equal to how much? 8 into 7 t to power 7 plus what about that value? Here 4 into 48 into t to power 3 minus (48) into t to power 5 dt. So basically dx replaced to that part. Okay, so what about that value? Simply this is t. If written here t square, so simply we got t. So t into 8 t to power 7, not 2, t to power 7 plus 48 into t cube minus 48 into t to power 5 dt. After that, what about that value? Simply 8 into t to power 8 minus 48 to power 4, plus 4 and t to power 6 dt. What about that value? Simply here 8 to power 9 by 9, here 48 into t to power 5 divided by 5, and here minus 48 divided by 7 into t to power 7 plus c. And after that this t replaced to that one. Okay, after that t replaced to that one, and then we got final answer. Okay, I hope so clear. If anyone faces any doubt at any step, then comment it. Okay, simply we have taken this one is t, basically t square. Okay, so that's why this one written t. After that under root 4 plus root x, this equal t square minus 2, squaring both sides, then we got how much? T square minus 2 to the whole square, and this one going on this side, that's minus 4. So that one that cancelled. So t to power 4 minus 4t square. After that again squaring both sides, then we got dx is how much? Like that one. Okay, and here 4. Okay, this one is right, and after that this one differentiate both sides with respect to x, so dx is replaced to that part, put here. After that multiply by t, dx replaced to that one, and this one is basically t square, so under root t square basically t, so multiply, then we got how much? Like that one. And next step is simply integrate, we got like that one, and finally after that you can put t this equal to how much? Like that one. Okay, if this value put here, then we got final answer. Okay, now we have focus on another part, another question. Integration of 18 into tan square x into sec square x divided by how much? 2 plus tan cube x to whole square dx. Okay, how can do this type of problem? That is question number 4. Now fifth. Under root 1 plus sin square x minus 1, okay, into sine of x minus 1 into cos of x minus 1 into dx. Okay, how can do? Step by step. Now we are focused on that part. Which part is very complicated? Basically denominator part. So if you take in 2 plus tan, let here 2 plus tan x cube, this is equal to t. So if this one differentiate with respect to x, then this one is 3 tan square x into differentiation of tan x is how much? Sec square x. Okay, now put that value here. Tan square x into sec square x, 3 into, so you can say that 6 into dt, 6 dt divided by how much? What about that value? T cube, sorry, t square. So 6 here, t के power minus 2 dt. So 6 into t के power minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 plus c. So after that minus 6 divided by t plus c. So minus 6 divided by t is how much? 2 plus tan x plus c is the right answer. Okay. So final answer is minus 6 upon 2 plus tan x to whole power q plus c. Okay. Now after that, how can solve this type of problem? Here under root 1 plus sin square x minus 1 into here sin x minus 1 into cos x minus 1. Now if sin x minus 1 is taken t, okay, now next part is how can do sin x minus 1 taken t. Basically if 1 plus, wait, which part is very complicated? Look here, if 1 plus sine square x under root 1 plus sine square x minus 1 is taken t, so sine square x minus 1 is written as t square minus 1. If differentiate both sides, then 2 sine x minus 1 into cos x minus 1 dx is how much? 2t dt. Okay, so basically sine of x minus 1 into cos of x minus 1 dx replace to t dt. Okay, this one replace to t dt. So integration of, what about that value? Simply t, and this one replace to t dt, t dt. So you can say that here t square dt. Okay, so that is t cube divided by 3 plus c, and what about t is how much? 1 plus sine square x minus 1 divided by 3 to whole power 3 by 2. Okay, also clear? This one is the final answer. Okay, now next part is question number 6. How can do? Look, sec x upon cos of 2x plus alpha plus cos alpha dx. Now here apply formula cos c plus cos d. Okay, if you apply this one basically cos of 2x plus alpha plus cos alpha. Okay, so that one written simply cos here sec x divided by this one written simply 2 times cos of adding c plus d by 2. So 2x plus alpha by 2 means x plus alpha into cos this minus this, that is 2x by 2, that is cos x. Okay, I hope so clear, into dx. Basically here apply cos c plus cos d, that one 2 times cos c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. Okay, that formula using here. Cos c is 2x plus alpha and d is how much? Alpha. So apply that formula, we got how much? Okay, after that look here very carefully. Basically question is sec x upon under root of cos of 2x plus alpha plus cos alpha. Okay, correction like that one. So how can do? Look here very carefully. I know that integration of sec x divided by here 1 by root 2, this one written cos x cos alpha minus sin x sin alpha into cos x here dx. After that 1 upon root 2 here sec alpha. Now if cos alpha is common, okay, if cos alpha is common, then we got how much, that is cos square x, and this one is so if cos square is common, then written here cos x under root, what about that value, simply cos alpha minus here sin alpha into tan alpha, sorry, tan x into dx. Then 1 by root 2, what about that value, here sec square x under root of 1 upon under root of, that is cos alpha, and here sin alpha into tan x. Okay, I hope so clear, into dx. Very simple. If this one is taken t, so differentiation of tan x is how much, sec square x is also available. So you can say that let cos alpha minus sin alpha into tan x, this will be equal to t. If differentiate both sides with respect to x, then how much, this one is 0, and here minus sin alpha into sec square x dx, this will be equal to dt. So that one written 1 by root 2 into sec square x dx is how much, dt minus dt divided by sin alpha okay, and now what about that value, simply root t, because this one replaced to t, so that's why. After that this one written minus 1 by root 2 into 1 by sin alpha into t to power minus half dt. Okay, so minus cosec x by root 2 cosec alpha by root 2 into t to power minus half plus 1 upon minus half plus 1, that is simply 1 by 2 plus c. Okay, so 2 upon basically root 2 into cosec alpha, and here root t. Okay, root t, basically under root t basically how much, cos alpha minus sin alpha into tan x plus c is the right answer. Okay, is the right answer. Now we have focused on another question. Integration of sin x cube into dx divided by how much, cos x to power 4 plus 3 into cos square x plus 1, okay, into tan inverse sec x plus cos x. How can solve? Sin x cube dx divided by cos x to power 4 plus 3 cos square x plus 1 into tan inverse sec x plus cos x. How can do this type of problem? Simply, which part is very complicated? If you say this one, so let tan inverse sec x plus cos x is how much? T. If differentiate this one, then we got how much? 1 plus sec x plus cos x to the whole square into differentiation of this one, sec x basically sec x into tan x, and differentiation of cos x basically sin x into dx. This is equal to how much? dt. After that, here tan x upon cos x, so if sin x is common here, then sec x into 1 by cos, that is also, so you can say that sec square x plus 1 divided by how much? This one written 1 plus cos x divided by cos x to the whole square into dx. This is equal to dt. Okay, here sin x, and that one is also 1 plus cos square x divided by cos x, cos square x, and now that one written cos square x plus, what about that value? Basically here is square. Okay, 1 plus cos square x to the whole square, 1 plus that one written cos to power 4x plus 2 cos square x dx, how much? dt, divided by cos square x. The cos square x cancel out. After that, this one it is sin x into 1 plus cos square x divided by how much? Here cos to power 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is 3. That is 3 cos square x and plus 1 into dx. This is equal to how much? dt. Okay. And differentiation of this one on this one and this one, minus and here minus. Why written minus? Differentiation of cos x is how much? Minus sin x, that's why. So what about that value? Sin square. So that one written simply sin square x. Okay, 1 minus cos square x is written sin square x, so sin square x into sin, simply sin cube x. So basically that part is replaced to dt, and this one, so after that put that value 1 by t dt, and that one basically log t plus c. So log t basically tan inverse sec x plus cos x plus c. Okay, this one is the final answer. Make it. I hope so clear. Now we have focus on another part, another question. Next question is cos x minus sin x plus 1 minus x whole divided by e to power x into sin x plus x into dx. How can do? And this one written log of f of x plus gx plus c. Our motto determine f f of x and gx. Okay, and what about, and that one basically is c, constant. So our target is what about f of x and gx. How can determine? Look here, if you see, that is cos x minus sin x plus 1 minus x divided by e to power x plus sin x plus x. So question is cos x minus sin x plus 1 minus x divided by e to power x plus sin x plus x. Okay, simply look here, e to power x plus sin x plus x, e to power x, okay, here simply e to power x. So look, it means here f of integration of, so first of all e to power x adding, okay, minus sin x plus 1 look, e to power x adding and e to power x subtracting. Okay, here e to power x adding and e to power x subtracting. Divide by how much? E to power x plus sin x plus x into dx. After that, what is the differentiation of this one? E to power x, okay, and minus cos x. Now if this one is taken t, so differentiation of this one is simply cos x, and here like that one, divided by e to power x plus sin x plus x. Okay, now this one and this one written here, remaining part minus common this one and this one, then we got how much? E to power x plus sin x plus x divided by e to power x plus sin x plus x, okay, into dx. This one basically 1, and what about that value? So if this one is t, so what about that value? Dt. And this one is simply dx. Basically here let e to power x plus sin x plus x, this be equal to how much t? If differentiate, then we got e to power x plus cos x plus 1 into dx is how much? dt. Okay, I hope so clear. Now, what about that value? Simply log t, and that one x plus c. Log t basically how much? Modulus of e to power x plus sin x plus x minus x plus c. So you can say that f of x is how much? E to power x plus sin x plus x. And what about gx? Gx is minus x is the final answer. Okay, also clear? So today class is over. Tomorrow I will continue this class. Okay, thank you very much for joining us.